Cheers, everyone. It's a proper sip and stroll. Tonight's gin is the Botanist Fever Tree Tonic, as usual. There's nothing fancy about this one. There was a gin drink I saw the Botanist actually post on Instagram that I wanted to try. It was sort of like a gin Negroni sort of thing. Looked good. Anyway, I'm filming this, if I haven't said that already. This is the first sip I've had, so I'm not like half in the bag or anything. I'm filming this on Saturday evening, which was how these started, and then I just kept getting busy on Saturday evening, so I kept filming on Sunday mornings. So we are going to do a little bit of a stroll. It's shocking how dark it gets, though. I mean, obviously the sun is not setting yet, but it's so low in the sky that everything's in the shade. So we are going to go do a sip and stroll, but first, I wanted to tell you that, I have this huge garden. And it's always nice if I can, like help would be a really big help. So I have some new help and I want to introduce you to him. Hold on, I'll go find him. Okay, this is Magnus. Magnus is my new garden helper. He is not a baby gorilla. He is a Newfoundland puppy. He's 13 weeks old, probably about 30 pounds. And we just got him on Tuesday. So, Magnus, say hi to everybody. He's super cute, obviously. And when you have a Newfoundland puppy, you know that you take every advantage you can of holding them while you can, because it lasts like just a couple of weeks, basically. So, anyway, I just had him down trying to de-dirt him because he's been helping me in the garden today. And he's just covered in dirt. So, we were downstairs brushing a little bit, but this is my little cutie. So he will be hanging around. Dorothy was thrilled when he came home. And I would say now she's like, oh, okay, well, could you bring him back when he's not so noisy? He doesn't really bug her at all, but he sings the song of his people at night, and we're all kind of tired. Fergus and him are getting along great. Our other cat, Fiona, has decamped to the basement. She is not a happy camper. And otherwise, everybody's good. I mean, Dorothy and him are getting along fine. It's just that she was very excited about it when he came home. And now she's like, oh, this wasn't as fun as I thought it was going to be. So that's where we're at with that situation. So this is our 5th Newfoundland. And I'm not sure if all puppies are like this or if this is specific to Newfoundlands. But they are so hot. They are always hot. They have to have a fan on them at all times. He's like on my lap right now, and I'm like, he is so hot. Okay, let's put you down. Let's put you down so we can do viewer mail quick. Ugh, there you go. Good job. So far, he specializes in hose-related items. Carrying the hose, checking the water that's coming out from the hose, etc. Oh, okay, here we go. This is from Terry. Terry has a postcard and a note here. Okay, that's not something we're doing. Hi, Erin. I went on a 13-day tour of Alaska this summer. I was amazed at the sheer vastness of our 49th state. Alaska is certainly as beautiful as one can imagine. We did not visit any formal gardens, but the wildflowers were everywhere and they were spectacular. More than 1,500 species bloom from June to August. I thought you might enjoy this postcard, and this is from Terry. It's beautiful. Who knew they have lupins in Alaska? Of course, why wouldn't they? But beautiful, beautiful. Thank you for sharing that. Sounds like an absolutely amazing trip. Would you believe that 22 years ago, I missed the opportunity to go to Alaska? Could have gone. Mr. Much More Patient was a yacht captain at the time, and so the boat he was working on was doing the Inside Passage. And I could have gone for a part of the trip, but we had just bought the house. And I felt like I needed to put my silverware away. That's right up there with my biggest regrets in life. So you don't ever have to put your silverware away, people. Go on the trip. Okay, let's see if we can go on an effective stroll around the garden, because I'm sure he's gonna follow. Well, first off, you can see that my lilac dazed rose has sent up a big arm, and I got to pin it down somewhere because it keeps flopping over the railing. It's been so windy here today. It's a big northeaster, and normally it would be very cold, but the lake is so warm that it's been a beautiful warm day. Okay, so I have talked about this before. Today I went through again and cut pretty much all the dahlias because they are just decimated by the cucumber beetles. I have never seen cucumber beetles like this before. I keep hoping that I can save some blooms, you know, that are free. But this is what see, there's one right in the top there. This is what the cucumber beetles do. They just hide in there and they just eat it, make these look absolutely terrible. I feel like going through the garden, like every single flower has cucumber beetles in it. So I feel like I should go through with like a dust buster and suck them up. Hey, come on, come on. Okay, we'll go this way. So I'm just so bummed because normally I would just have bouquet after bouquet after bouquet of dahlias, and that has not happened yet. I think you can see that I've emptied out that container. We're gonna start working on a couple of fall containers here tomorrow as soon as I gather all my bits. I'm sorry, there's going to be pictures of this dog everywhere. You know how that goes. The Bidens continues to amaze. I still can't believe that that plant, which is now 30 inches across, came out of a 4-inch pot. Pretty amazing. Does not need deadheading at all. Just keeps putting up new flowers that cover it. I think last week I mentioned this. Believe it or not, well, okay. So a lot of these, I did plant a bunch of stuff, but then I went to Home Depot and their perennials were 50% off. And so they had all these allium, Millennium alliums, and they look so good. And I could even divide those further if I wanted to. And I can always use those somewhere, so couldn't resist. I have started the process of starting to overwinter a couple of things, not overwinter, but dig things up to prepare it for overwintering. So this is the Sunshine Ligustrum right here that I pulled out of the container with the banana in it. This is the Melianthus that I pulled out of that big pot. It keeps tipping over today because it's been so windy. So I'm like, we'll just have to stand it up straight once it stops being so windy. I do have a flower that has been mostly, it's looking okay. This is Bloomquist Jean. This is a dahlia I've wanted for ages. It took forever to bloom, which is a bummer. And a lot of people told me they are late to bloom, which is really a shame because look, there's a cucumber beetle right on it. Because, hang on, oh, found him. He's usually underneath my feet. Because I would be happy to fill this whole back row here with, you okay? You okay? To fill this whole back row with that dahlia, but it's really too tall and I don't want them to bloom too late. What's wrong? Here's Thomas Edison, which is actually looking good. Some of the few blooms that we've got around. Are you coming? I don't know, did I show you how I've been staking up the dahlias and various things in here with twine? But do you see how that twine has gotten so tight around the base of this banana? This banana is definitely bigger than the other one. Thank you. Good boy. See, this is cucumber beetle damage. It's terrible. I'll stop complaining. Things are not changing a lot here, but you know, I think it's nice to see how things are aging in the garden. So here's a zinnia that should be deadheaded, but the Wild Magic Basil really filled in nicely here. I think next year Wild Magic Basil is a must for a portion of this garden, not necessarily this one, but a portion of it because it looks so nice. This is one of the Begonia grandis perennial begonias that I ordered last year. And no, we don't go in there. Come on. Good boy. Sorry, you guys, you're gonna have to be hearing that forever. Anyway, it's starting to flower. This one is white flowered. Got a pink flowered one over there. And you know, the way these spread is mostly by, they sort of seed themselves around. I'm so hoping we can have that happen. I did buy a bunch more, which is optimistic because they're zone 6 plants and we are just newly minted zone 6. I think last week I showed you the toad lilies are in the sun right now, which is either good or bad. He has not discovered this water bowl yet, and I'm really hoping he doesn't because I can see him plunging his whole body into that. Sorry, we're gonna be walking. This is like follow the puppy. Oh, where are you going? Come on. The mahogany splendor hibiscus. Boy, what a great plant. You guys all told me it was a great plant. I'm so happy I planted it. It just really is like even coming into its own right now. Keeps looking great. That'll be I'll grow that from seed. I will grow that again next year for sure. The Persicaria in this garden is looking really, really good. Persicaria sort of tends to spread itself around a little bit or bulk up, not like seed around, but like bulk up. And I hope that happens because I think it's looking great. Some of the dahlias over here sort of toppled over. We actually had rain this week, so that was like phenomenal. Some of the phlox are blooming maybe again or for the first time. I'm not sure. You know, these might be they might be blooming for the first time. Many of these were nipped by the deer, as phlox are. So, you know, they'll bloom later. I feel like those have bloomed already, so kind of a second blooming there. Let's find something good to look at. What is that gonna be? He has not been on this side. Oh, you okay? He has not been on this side of the yard yet, so it's a new adventure. Come on. Can you come across? Come on. No. Oh, no. Oh, no. Okay. Oh, okay. Are you okay? Come on. Come on. You can get up. I guess that's one way to get across is through the creek. You okay? Good thing we cleaned you up so you could walk through the creek. There's a bridge. There's a bridge there. So this poor pagoda dogwood has really sustained some terrible deer damage this year. I've said before that if you can just keep them from getting damaged early on, they're fine. They manage it just fine. The deer actually don't even seem interested in them once they get to a certain size. It's not that they can't reach them, it's just that they're not interested in them. So I think maybe we should cage this one because we're having some success with some of the other ones that we've sort of temporarily caged. Hey, come here. Come on, we don't go in gardens. Come on. Good boy. All right, making our way around here. I have a couple of new shade plants. Did I mention that? To pop in here, which I'm looking forward to. They'll be good. Hey, come on. Good boy. Toad lilies over here are also blooming. These were all planted from plugs a couple of years ago, but so pretty. You know, they offer some height here in the shade garden, which is a much needed thing. I really struggle with height in shade gardens, so it's quite nice to see that. The Calamintha Montrose White is finally sort of starting to give up on the bloom, but it still looks good. You know, there's still flowers here at the tips. Come here. Good boy. So that's looking good. And I see we do have some bottled gentian here. Not a lot of it. It doesn't seem to overwinter that well for me, but they're such pretty little flowers. And if there was a bumblebee here, I would show you the only bees that can pollinate these plants are bumblebees because they pry open the flowers. Everything, despite having some rain last week, everything is still very much on the dry side. Be nice if we got rain before fall. Okay, are you gonna walk across this bridge? Yeah, this bridge is okay, huh? This one's not so scary. Okay. I love, you know, of course it's ornamental grass season. This is when all the ornamental grasses are looking so good. And I hope you can see this one. I talk about it all the time, Millennia Transparent, but I hope you can see how the light kind of shines through it. So you don't need to drink that water. No, you don't need to drink that water. Come on. Come on. There you go. Here's another, this is a Big Apple dogwood. You can see I have caged it, but I never moved the cage. I left it, I put it up there last winter, left it there all year, and now of course it's shot through, so the deer are eating, the tips are there. But here's the fruit. This is small compared to the fruit I saw on it, but that's the whole point of this particular dogwood, is that apparently it is meant to produce quite large fruit, which is what I saw. But the fruit on dogwood is as good as the flowers, I think. Here's the, boy, the sun is harsh, sorry about that. Here's the Begonia grandis, the pink one. I got those from Plants Delights last year. No, do not come to me through there. No, come on. Oh my God. We're working on keeping you out of the garden, aren't we? I just want these, you know, Marianne Wilburn, who's a friend and an excellent author. She's a Zone 7 person. She has this plant. It has seeded itself all over her garden, and I find it so incredibly charming. So I would like that to happen for me as well. This looks like this is Honorine Jobert. This makes it fancy if you say it with a French accent. Blooming right here, which is nice. This is the amazing, what is it, Jurassic? What is the huge hosta? Anyway, this is it. This is what it looks like when it doesn't get a chance to grow because the deer eat it. You gonna come with? Come on. I don't know if you got a chance to actually see this from far away, but I swear it's bigger than when I did the garden tour just, what, 2 weeks ago. It is, those leaves, let's stand back here. I mean, those leaves now are almost to the top of the little portico roof there. I don't see, you guys know that I don't love to repeat plants. No. I don't love to repeat containers. But I don't see how anything else can ever be put in this pot other than a banana, because that is truly astonishingly amazing as far as I'm concerned. Don't mean to go on about it, but allow me to go on about it a little. Here, let's walk this way. I think we did a little and then we got distracted. Imagine that. My whole life is distraction right now. Oh, Little Miss Figgy Fig is putting out figs, and you know what? They're delicious. I got to pick that one. If you like this kind of loose look, I have to say that this flower, Ageratum, is just amazing in the garden. I mean, it just never stops flowering. I haven't deadheaded it at all. Oh, hi. I didn't know you were here. Hi. Yes, Dorothy, you're the best. You're amazing. I haven't deadheaded at all. It just keeps flowering away. Okay, I'm sorry, you guys. Obviously, my brain is distracted. This is porcupine. What is it? Something porcupine something. These are small. The flowers are usually bigger than this, but they're cute. They're really cute flowers, and a lot of them. I was working in this area today. You'll see a video on that soon. We talked about Vernonia. I'm not sure which one this is, but Vernonia, late summer, early fall flowering, native, very pretty. Some of them are quite big, but there are varieties that are small. This one is actually like flopped over from over there, which is fine. Look at, there's this moth just going at it there. Very pretty, kind of looks like an aster, sort of. This Plectranthus that's right here, which is so pretty, was just a cutting that I took out of the pot over there and stuck in the ground. And it takes. That is how easily you can root Plectranthus. It can be a bit of a beast, but I tell you what, it is easy to propagate. Here, this is an aster. I don't know which one, I'm sorry. But it's huge and it's everywhere and it's, you know, starting to flower. Actually, it's been flowering for a little bit, but not like prolifically. What is there to show you over here? Well, I'm looking back there and I see that little lime has put out a whole bunch of little flowers, like recently, that they're white. That's very interesting to me. I wonder if that got nibbled by deer and it was late to flower because of that. This was a little, I think I showed you this already, but this is a little variegated Impatiens that I found on sale, and I just stuck them in this pot, which is totally falling apart, by the way. And why didn't I do that earlier in the year? That is so good back there. Oh, here's another Plectranthus. This is the green and gold. Those are literally cuttings cut from in front of the house. They're stuck in the ground. I don't think I ever even watered them. They just took. Had I done that earlier in the season, this would have filled in quite a bit. Beyond that, by the way, is I think that's, is that celandine woodland poppy? Yeah, came in a pot, and clearly something bloomed, and they're seeded all over. So, be wary. That's kind of new there. We'll talk about that in a video. Nice pink flower. Everything is pinked up quite nice. Well, those are pinked up quite nicely. You know, the limelights have not pinked up, and I don't think they're gonna. They just kind of went brown because of the dryness. So I think we're not gonna get any pink blush on the limelights this year. Same with the big one over there, because it just got too dry for them. But we do have the pink of those. So, you know, I think that's when you're thinking about, sorry about the mess here. When you're thinking about choosing hydrangeas, these ones that are bred to turn pink early, maybe there's something to that, because at least you get to see pink even if it's dry. If you saw last week's garden stroll in the rain, I talked about this, but we have germination, so it's a small victory. Another sort of victim of the dryness, which won't be affected long term by it, is silver umbrella aurelia. I was looking at pictures of this plant from last year, and holy smokes, did it look better last year. It's already sort of, this is what it does. It sort of crisps up, the branches sort of start to fall off. It's really in a bad way here now. Oh man, I should get the camera. Look at how pretty. Oh, here, let's do this. Look at how pretty the flowerful hydrangeas look with the sun coming through them. You know, this sun so low in the sky is something, but it sure makes, I mean, look at this. I don't know if you can, I'm trying to keep the sun out of the shot because it really blows your eyeballs out, but I mean, everything just glows through the shade garden. By the way, have I mentioned Aurelia Sun King? A lot of people ask me why I don't grow it. I have two of them. I do grow it. Okay, that was a pretty rambly garden stroll. Sorry about that. Clearly I'm a little bit distracted. One eye on the puppy, one eye on everything else. He wasn't terrible to work with in the garden today. It's just that he's always like underfoot, and I do try to train the dogs from the moment they come here that we don't walk into the garden beds. It's a lot easier to just not allow that behavior to happen from the beginning than it is to try to fix it later. On the other hand, he's a tiny little baby, so I don't spend a lot of time correcting him. He has no idea what's going on. I just try to keep everything light and fun and all the things you're supposed to do. But it does mean that I have no brain, and there has not been, I'm going to be honest here, there has not been a lot of sleep this week. He is not thrilled with nighttime routines. So that's just the thing everyone deals with. Hope you guys are having a great week in your garden. Like I said, hopefully going to have a lot of videos for you. I will do my best to get them out in a timely fashion, but there is things happening in the garden. There's just a lot. There's just like a lot to get done. Okay. All right. All right, have a great day in your garden, everybody. Thanks for watching. Hang on, we have to grab our cocktail. Hang on, Magnus. Ugh. All right, cheers.